Hello and welcome to U News for this Wednesday, September 30th. I'm Andrea Linares. Now to the latest on last night's presidential showdown in Cleveland. The 98-minute free-for-all was like nothing seen before in debate history. President Trump brazenly defying the rules and the moderator constantly interrupting Joe Biden. Janet Rodriguez has the latest from Cleveland, Ohio. Janet.
Within minutes, candidates are back on the campaign trail today. Mr. Trump will hold a rally in Minnesota, while Joe Biden and his wife Jill will start a train tour here in Ohio that will also go through Pennsylvania. Back to you.
Thank you, Janet, reporting from Cleveland, Ohio. And this first 2020 presidential debate also featured a large amount of lies from President Trump. Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden was largely accurate in his statements, but he did make some false or misleading claims. And these are just a few examples of some of the false or misleading statements from the candidates, but there were times, especially during the conclusion of this debate, when almost every comment from Trump was inaccurate. And joining me now is Republican strategist Luis Alvarado. Thanks so much for joining. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, the House has passed a resolution reaffirming its commitment. And now to the latest on the coronavirus. The U.S. recording another day of more than 40,000 cases. Wisconsin reaching a breaking point, struggling to control their community spread. Meanwhile, in Washington, lawmakers starting up conversations again regarding a new relief bill. Lorraine Cáceres has more.
And as those conversations get going, the Dow Jones is responding well. The Dow rising 350 points today. The question now is, will Republicans come up a little bit from their $1.2 trillion that they have proposed? The House Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer, said today that if Pelosi and Mnuchin do not reach an agreement, that bill will go for a vote today. Now, we're also learning that a CDC director's recommendation to have a no-sail order for cruises pushed back to February has now been struck down by the White House. That no-sail order expires October 31st. Now back to you, Andrea.
Thank you, Lorraine, for that complete report. Meanwhile, agricultural workers on the front lines of the pandemic are now facing burnout. For months, they've shown up to work, even if it means possible exposure to the virus, lacking protections and often facing their own financial crisis. Joining me now is Roxana Chi. And coming up next, the search for justice for murdered soldiers. And welcome back to U News. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has been laid to rest. An army escort carried her remains for her burial on Tuesday morning. As turning to the case of Vanessa Guillen, today would have been a special birthday for the murdered Fort Hood soldier. Her family continuing to call for justice. This after a judge delayed the trial for the woman accused of being involved in her murder. Edwin Pipi has the latest from Washington, D.C. In 3 days, the Zog fire has grown to over 50,000 acres, claiming 146 structures and 3 lives in Northern California. And one of California's fastest moving wildfires is forcing an evacuation of the city of Calistoga. 5,000 residents there were ordered to flee on Monday as the glass fire got closer. Grecia Lastra has the latest. Coming up on U News, the latest. A woman in Nebraska beat the odds when she recently gave birth, not only because she was told that she had little chance of getting pregnant, but also because she was diagnosed with COVID-19 just hours before going to the delivery room. Eileen Cardet has her story. We're just happy to see her with her baby now. And after this short break, we'll tell you. And as economic woes continue for so many right. And welcome back. JP Morgan will have to pay $920 million. Speaking of the Big Apple, one restaurant in New York City is unveiling a new solution meant to keep customers safe and warm. Fabiola Galindo takes a look. Very interesting. When we come back, a herd of goats. And speaking of animals, a group of goats in Missouri is helping people with what's been a pretty stressful year. How? Through yoga. Mariti Marungi has the adorable details. At this point, we're also stressed out because of this tough year that we've been having, that anything, that gives us a little break, hey, we'll take it. And that does it for us today on U News. I'm Andrea Linares, and we will see you once again tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.